Hello guys, welcome back here once again. If you're new, I'm Machi, and this is going to be a continuation of our last video where I talked about the differences with studying in Nigerian universities and studying in the universities here in the Philippines. So yeah, I am a final year student of a Department of Pharmacy here in the Philippines. However, I'm sharing these experiences so I can get it out there. If you have any intentions of coming into this country, this is what you're going to expect. And if you're in this country and you just want to know what it feels like to study in Nigeria, or what the universities back home in Nigeria is, with what is obtainable here, then you're welcome. So yeah, I did not have experience of first-hand experience of studying in Nigerian higher institution of learning. However, I do have older siblings who had their university educations in Nigerian institutions, so I can confidently share this information as is what is obtainable right there in Nigeria. So let's just continue from the last episode. Continuation, the other differences that is obtainable with Nigerian universities in comparison to Philippine universities is that you can transfer to another university easily here in the Philippines. I did hear that that's also a thing in Nigeria, but it's not very common for a student to move from one university to the other. However, here in the Philippines, you have for foreigners, I'm aware, you have 3 times chances of transferring between universities. That is to say that if you enter into the country with a certain university, you are only permitted to leave that university having spent at least 1 year in the original university that you came in with. After that 1 year, you can take a transfer letter and move to another university to continue. Bear in mind that most courses here in the Philippines are within a 4 years time frame. The first year you can spend in the school that you came in with, and if you decide to transfer to a better school or another school closer to your friend, or for any reason best known to you, you can leave after 1 year. Although before now, schools actually give what is known as a letter of no objection, which means that you can enter with a certain school, but you don't even need to stay up to 1 year, and you can get that letter of no objection. Some schools you pay for it, some schools they just give it to you if you request for it, and then you move to whatever school you want to go to. Now, however, I think the rules are changing due to some certain reasons, so you have to spend at least 1 year in your origin school, in your school of origin, before you can be able to move to another school, and then a chances of 3 times of transfer. You are not permitted to transfer if you have only 1 year left in any school that you are in. So that's the only situation whereby you cannot transfer out of your school. Another difference is with comparison to Nigerian universities and universities here in the Philippines is the fact that you can skip semester and start in another sem. This is mostly applicable to natives, because you as a foreigner, you have to be extending your visas, and if you skip a semester to extend your visa next time, it's going to prove a difficulty for you. And even if you succeed to do so with immigration laws here, you find yourself paying a whole lot of penalty fees for that. But with natives, it's very okay amongst them that you can decide to leave a semester in between and continue in the next semester, or even in the next year, if that's what you choose to do. Maybe if there is any family issues like that, or difficulties, or that you're working and you needed to take a time frame, they can do that here. They will just quit at this semester and then continue the next semester whenever the situation is favorable to them. So I don't think in Nigeria, if you quit one semester, you can come back and join another semester. Just carry your load and be going home. You're done. So if you start university in Nigeria, it's a continuous progress until you're done, unless ASU strike holds you back. That's the only excuse you have. You cannot say that you're in Nigerian university and then you're doing one sem, and you're like, okay, I'm fed up, I want to take a time out, I'll continue next sem. Carry your load, everything. Your admission is expiring with you as you're person. But here, the natives here have kind of freedom to do that. So it's another difference between university in the Philippines and university in Nigeria, which of course was shocking to me when I discovered that. Okay, moving on. Here, you actually can report an instructor, that's a lecturer, to the school administration if you're being treated unfairly. Let's say situations whereby an instructor is intentionally speaking only the local language and there are foreigners in the classroom without paying attention to complaints. Yeah, you can report the instructor to a higher administration and it will be looked into, or even any other reasons that might be proving difficulty for you with a particular instructor. Trust that your school will take it up and it will be sorted out in a smooth period of time. So I'm highlighting this because I know that this is not very common, or do I say very much obtainable in Nigerian higher institution of learning. Who born you to report your lecturer? Say everything happen. You don't graduate with that now. So you don't have that kind of liberty to report your instructor in Nigeria, whether he's the one at fault or not. You have to just pray to your God or plead with him or her to kind of temper justice with mercy. Or is it temper mercy with justice? Whichever one. So the thing is, and I feel that that's like a very big difference here. The approach between instructor student relationship is more lenient here in the Philippines. You can be friends with your instructors in this country. I'm telling you, where you can hang out with your instructors, go eating at the cafeteria. Not that you're buying for them like you want to treat your lecturer. It's a different thing. You're trying to treat your lecturer. You can actually be genuine friends with your instructors. I don't know if that's a good thing, because I feel like favoritism might actually come into play if that kind of environment is not checkmated. But I'm just saying what is obtainable here. You can be friends with your instructors, not just on social media platform, but outside, like you're friends with your normal classmates. It's very obtainable here. Reason being that most often time than not, your instructors are even within your age range, and also they are more easy to approach. So there is no that kind of superiority complex that you fear your instructors, which is very much obtainable in Nigeria. There are some cases where it's not so, I know, but majorly what is obtainable in Nigeria, you regard your lecturer as God, you know, like who born you, you respect them, you even fear them. I think it's not respect. I consider that being fearing someone. Fearing someone is different from respecting someone. So yeah, but here you can walk up to your instructor and I don't know, it's just like if you feel like there is any difficulty or anything that you would rather talk to the instructor about, it's as easy as ABCD to just walk up to them and then you have that discussion with them with no fear of however it's going to be seen. As a matter of fact, most of them want to actually be friends with you and then get you to spend time with them. Another difference is with universities here and the university there in Nigeria is the fact that if you get to pay your tuition at the first week of enrollment period, you get a discount of 10% or 5% discount. So if you pay your tuition fee during the second week of enrollment completely, you will get a discount for having paid everything in full. That I'm sure is not obtainable back home in Nigeria, but it is here in the Philippines. So it kind of motivates students to pay up on time and then you get a discount for doing so. Okay, the next one is interactive sessions and intellectually challenging your instructors. That is not very much obtainable here, honestly. You know, like in Nigerian school settings where your instructor is kind of engaging in the sense that if you had read more than the instructor, let's say you had covered the curriculum further before the instructor, you can like have intellectual arguments with the instructors in the class where he gets to see that, oh, okay, you are studying further, and that's encouraging. I'm not saying it's not encouraging to study further here. I'm saying, however, that in the setting here, that is seen as challenging. Like that is, I don't know, it's not taken the right way. You as Nigerians, you know, we Nigerians, we are very competitive, not just outside, but even in the school environment. We want to like get the best results in everything we are doing. So when we kind of exude that kind of energy, it can be taken the wrong way, like you're doing too much, you know, I too know. You're showing off to your instructors. But in Nigeria, well, we all know, even in high school, that that's something that is acknowledged. When you've read further than your instructor, and then you try to kind of intellectually engage him in a particular subject that he or she is taking up in the classroom, it's going to encourage you. Oh wow, you did very well. I did remember having one textbook from my chemistry teacher back in high school because of this kind of scenario. You're trying to impress him, so you read further, and then when it comes to class and he's teaching you a particular topic, you tend to delve more into it, and then you will be like, okay, I've not gotten there, or okay, I'll review that again, but that's impressive, right? Here, if you do that with your instructors, they will think you're doing too much. So that's another thing, that if you come in here as a Nigerian, you learn that, and then you tend to kind of chill a little bit. So that's another differences with the universities here and universities back home in Nigeria. Participation in activities. When you participate in extracurricular activities in the school, you get points added to your grade. So if there is any event that school is doing outside of your department and you attend that, if your instructors ask students to attend, get to give you points. That's just to tell you that everything is about grade in the Philippine education system. Grade is important, yeah, but so much value is placed on it. So if you attend any activities organized outside of your departments, you can get points for that added to your grade. So that's again a difference between schools here and schools back in Nigeria. And then last but not least in this part 2 is there are PE classes in universities here. It didn't shock me. I came into this country and I started my year as a pharmacy student, now, only to find out that I'll be doing PE again. PE that I did in my elementary, that's primary school. You do PE here again, no? Like, it's not even funny at all. And then it's not just that you do PE, you do up to 4 PE. There is PE 1, PE 2, PE 3, PE 4. So imagine first year, second year, third year, final year as a pharmacy student, you go to wear PE uniform, you do PE. I don't know if that's something that is obtainable here, unless you are in a department that relates to physical sports. But being a pharmacy student and doing PE, I didn't expect it. But yeah, it's here in the Philippines. And that brings us to the end of the things that are variable between universities in Nigeria and universities here in the Philippines. So guys, thank you if you've watched to this extent. Thank you so much, I appreciate. And do what? Kindly subscribe to my channel. Keep your notification bell turned on so that you get my updates whenever it's out there. Stay tuned on this channel as I bring to you more fun and interesting activities. Thank you so much for watching today, and do have a wonderful day, and it's a bye from me.